G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the old YouTube channel. How are we all doing today? My, it's a little bit of a late vlog. It's only 5 PM, but god damn, the sun sets early now because of the winter seasons. Now, I know a lot of my audience is in America, and I'm pretty sure your days are quite the opposite of mine right now. So enjoy them while they're there, but god damn, it's always raining, the days are always long, and if you sleep in like I have a habit of doing till the late afternoon, you fucking miss the whole day. But I hope you've all enjoyed the last video I posted on the long-term review. You've all been asking on Instagram when I did my poll about what videos you want to see, and well, there you go. The video's done and dusted, baby. I hope you enjoy it. It's a good time and all that things. I enjoyed making it. I always do. The missus edited that one. Like I said, forget the mistake of air vent and air guard because my dumb ass was asleep and couldn't remember the name of it. And then because Mrs. Tuesday, that's her name by the way, don't be confused, edited the video. Well, that's why it says air guard in it, because, well, she went off what I said. And hey, baby, if I fuck up, we all fuck up. And that's just that. Yeah. Anyway, without further ado, I do have a little topic for today's video, and it's another one about beginner riders, because lately the beginner riders are enjoying the content, so I'm going to keep giving it, baby! Woo! Okay? And that is that it's an accident that beginner riders, not all of them have this accident, mind you, some are a bit more sensible than others, but it's an accident that quite a lot of you riders who get your license and you already have mates who ride can avoid, or if you don't listen, well, you can endure the accident yourself and experience it firsthand. Ask Q. He experienced this one firsthand. Hey, look, a stretch. Oh, baby. So, if you're wondering what the accident is, now it's two kinds, but it's usually the one. It's because of the same thing. It's a high side or a low side, depending on how badly you fuck it, okay? So, beginner riders have this tendency, all right? If you have mates, especially, it's a little bit more common, especially if they ride a little bit more than you do, or a bit more aggressively, and that's, Lord have mercy, boy, ride within your means and within your own skill limits, regardless of how slow that makes you to the rest of the pack. And I know that's a thing that a lot of guys don't like hearing, because it makes them feel insignificant or their egos suffer, because, hey, I'm a good rider, bro, and look, bro, you're not a good rider, that's why you fucking cooked it and nearly went to a tree. But shit happens, dude. So Hugh can attest to this, as he rode without his skill limit, and above his skill limit, and he high-sided and nearly cooked himself into a guardrail. But that's another story that he can tell you one day, but I will use it as an example. So if you have friends and you're riding outside of your skill limit and there's a lot of twisties, calm the fuck down, mate, or you're either going to become a statistic or just have a very bad day, okay? And the idea of riding is to not fucking nearly die every 2 seconds, so hopefully you can get that through your noggins. This is a real tight fucking squeeze here, boys. Why does everyone drive on the line? We're just going to mosey our way through down here. Yeah, buddy! Oh, we can go through here. God, I love lane filtering laws in this country. Oh, gorgeous. Now we're at the front of Le Pack. Oh, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's very good stuff. Oh, I love the smell of barbecue. Yes, but like I was saying, a lot of new riders you'll find have a lot of accidents, especially around twisties, because they're riding outside their abilities. Now, when I crashed my bike, it was not due to my ability, it's due to the fact the tyres are not made for the kind of riding I was doing. So, I suppose you could argue that was out of the abilities, because I rode without, outside of the bike's means, and I should have known better. And hey, look, I've ridden that way before, but wet corners get you. But that's the same point. So, I low-sided, Hugh high-sided. How do we avoid such things? It's very simple. Calm the fuck down. Especially if you're riding alone and you've been watching a lot of videos and you think you're trying to be Rossi, but evidently you are not Rossi and you never will be, so settle down, folks. But yeah, like it's a damn tragedy, especially if you go to a lot of bike rides. You'll see them, like bike night or Friday night rides with the boys, when you have like a big group of like 50 people. There's always a learner that ends up stacking it because they try and keep up with the pack of the people, and they overdo it and they shit themselves and crash, or they brake mid-corner, which is Well, that one happens a little bit too often, I'd say, with a lot of learners especially. So it's one of those things where, remember, bike riding is not something you're just good at, all right? It's a thing you need to practice and get better at over time. You're not going to be a phenomenal bike rider in a week, okay? No matter how much you ride, you will not be as good as someone who's been riding for 4 or 5 years. I'm sorry to break your little bubble, but that's just the way it is. So if you go out riding with, you know, cunts that have been riding for fucking years, I'm sorry, but they're going to demolish you. Unless they're real, like, stickers in the muds and they've never really pushed themselves, that's different. But you know what I mean. That's not the demographic I'm talking about. It's a shame when you see someone who has a new Pride and Joy and they stack it, especially because a lot of guys don't insure their bikes. Because the argument I've heard is, well, I ride like a dickhead anyway, so if I have an accident, it's going to be my fault, so what's the point of insuring it? But hey, if you're low side, guess what? You know what's covered? The damages, because insurance covers low sides. So, ask me how I know. Oh, it's a shame. So unfortunately, so many new riders end up stacking it and damaging their bikes and stuff because they ride so far without their, like, above their abilities. Okay, we're going back in this lane. And look, it's a lot easier to not do it. It might hurt their pride, it might hurt your ego, because hey, you want to be a fast boy, but at the end of the day, if you're going to a destination, you want everyone to make it to the destination. What are you doing, dumbass? Jesus Christ. That is the stupidest fucking way to indicate. Slam the brakes on the last second and try and wedge your way in. I swear, ever since the old vid of Co, drivers have gotten insufferably worse. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much like the whole topic of today. And that's just, if you're riding in a scene where you're not comfortable, don't push yourself to the point where you're going to be uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, you don't want to stack it and just eat shit, because it's going to happen. If you're really pushing and you're not prepared, and a lot of the time the newbie riders are either fully geared up, which is good, or they're not geared up enough, which is like how I usually was. And look, you don't want that, because if you high side, guess what? Doesn't matter what gear you have, it's going to fucking suck, all right? High siding is not a good time. Low siding, less painful, especially with gear on. You're usually just sliding across the ground and hopefully you don't hit anything. So like for me, I just bounced off the ground and was up in very quick time. But some people go off the road, you want to have gear on and stuff like that. You just don't want to have a bad day. So don't let yourself do it. What the hell's happening up there? Blocking the whole road again. I'm telling you, these drivers, they're questionable these days. They are questionable. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have time for today. I hope you have learned something. Well, and I say learned what not to do in case of a bad or dire situation. You don't want to become a statistic of the road tolls. You don't want to be one of those bikers who were instead of is. You want to be an old rider, son, not a dead rider. So please, please, please take into account what I've told you. Don't override if you're not comfortable. Please do not fucking get yourself into a situation where you might end up cacking it. You don't want to end up cactus. You want to end up a long and fruitful rider who can enjoy, I don't know, whether it's your next future bike, your big cruisers, your big fucking sport bikes, adventure bikes. You want to experience them all and not shit the bed and die on a fucking learner bike. Because if you bought an R7 and that's the only bike you've ever ridden and that's the only bike you're ever gonna ride, well, I have bad news for you, son. You're gonna miss out on quite a lot of joy in your life. But other than that, enjoy the sunset, kids. Hope you've all had a enjoyable time. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Check out my other videos. And as always, take it easy, keep it cheesy, and have a good day. Peace! Bye!